Welcome to One-on-One with Expert Flyer, where we bring you the inside scoop from travel industry experts and innovators. I'm your host, Lisa Caslin, and today we're talking with Markus Ruediger, who is the head of media relations for the Star Alliance. And in case you didn't know, that's the largest global airline alliance in the world. Welcome to our show, Markus.
Hi, Lisa, and thanks for having me.
Delighted to have you. So for those of us who may not really understand what an airline alliance is and why it's so important, can we start with that question?
Yeah, sure. Well, the Airline Alliance, in our case, Star Alliance, is an alliance of 27 airlines, and we provide a network of global flights, currently about 18,500 a day, serving more than 1,320 destinations in 193 countries. So basically, we cover the globe and allow passengers to travel, let's say, beyond their own home airline.
Wow, wonderful. So for convenience sake, if I am, pick an airline, if I'm a Lufthansa frequent flyer, and I'm traveling to Europe, to Germany quite frequently, and I need to go to multiple destinations. I want to go to Germany and France and Italy. Essentially, the alliance will do what?
Well, in that case, you can fly on any of our member carriers from the U.S. to Europe. And if you have the Lufthansa Miles and More card, you can then collect your miles on any of the Star Alliance member carriers. And if you fly a lot, you get the gold status, which gets you additional benefits such as extra baggage allowance, lounge access, and we do have more than 1,000 lounges across the globe. It gets you priority check-in, it gets you on board first, and it gets you priority baggage, which means your bags actually also come off the aircraft first.
Well, those are definitely desirable perks. So talk a little bit about some of the recent changes and maybe some of the specific improvements that have been happening with Star Alliance, and then maybe, what sort of makes you rise above some of your competitors like One World and SkyTeam?
Well, for 2014, we had two major projects, and the first project was Terminal 2, the Queen's Terminal in London Heathrow. I mean, London Heathrow is one of our biggest airports that we serve. We currently have 24 airlines out of our 27 actually serving Heathrow, and we've been trying to get one single terminal to operate out of for a number of years, and we finally realized that this year. When 4th of June, United was the first carrier to move into Terminal 4, and by now 23 of us are there, and we're hoping to get 24th, which is Air India, in sometime in 2015, and I think that links very nicely to our other major development in 2014. We were the first alliance to actually accept an airline from the Indian subcontinent. Air India. India is the 5th largest domestic air travel market in the world.
Wow.
And poised to grow. And of course, Air India gives our network 40 additional destinations in India, and we can already see the development. Air India announced yesterday that they've gained 33% more transfer passengers from the Star Alliance carriers since they joined in July. And for example, especially for those traveling from North America, Air Canada has just announced that they will be resuming nonstop service to India in 2015.
Wow, okay, a lot happening in India.
A lot happening in India, yes.
So talk a little bit more about some of the interesting trends, whether it's positive or negative, among various airline carriers and how these trends might differ across regions. So, U.S. versus Latin America, Europe, Asia.
I mean, the trends are different across the globe because clearly passengers have different needs, and I mean, we see that as well, that passengers expect different things on board airlines in North America, in Latin America, and Europe, and the Far East or the Middle East. What we are seeing is a trend for some of the airlines to, let's say, peg the mileage accrual more to the actual revenue that is behind a ticket. We're seeing a trend of carriers going into a sort of class between economy and business. A lot of our member carriers, for example, Lufthansa have just recently introduced their premium economy. We have other carriers who already have a product, like Air New Zealand or SAS. So those are some of the trends that we are seeing across the globe.
Okay, that's cool. So if we talk about, specific, features or, an explanation of how one might redeem partner benefits, we can even talk about an example. So if someone is a United Airlines frequent flyer with elite program status and they want to fly Avianca to Peru, let's say, will Avianca as a Star Alliance member offer the traveler the same level of rewards and amenities as, say, United?
In principle, yes, and the redemption process is actually very simple. So if you are a United Mileage Plus card holder and you want to redeem on Avianca or any of the other Star Alliance member carriers, the redemption booking and the ticketing can all be done through United. So they can access the Avianca inventory and book the ticket straight away for you. And if you have gold status with United, then of course on Avianca you get the Star Alliance gold benefits. As I mentioned before, you do get the lounge access, you get the extra baggage allowance, you get the priority boarding, and you get the priority baggage delivery as well.
Okay, that's great. So I'm going to end with one last very practical question. So if I am a member of the Star Alliance, what are some real, rubber meets the road tips for best leveraging the Alliance to maximize your advantages? And, what would you tell travelers? What are your tips?
Well, the tips for those who actually have the frequent flyer cards of any of our 27 member carriers is to make sure that, you always either give the travel agent the card number or key it in online yourself, or make sure that at check-in latest you do have that number in the system, because that will then trigger basically the benefits that are available for those who have the silver or the gold status. And we recently introduced a new sort of behind-the-scenes technology, which should make sure that as soon as you hit the gold level, actually that is then made known to all the 27 carriers of the network. And so if you do give them the card and you don't find any message on the boarding pass that shows your status, check with the agent one more time just to make sure it's there.
Excellent, excellent. Well, listen, I know you're tired because you're in India right now, and I know you have to catch a flight in a few hours. So I want to thank you once again for your time and all of the wonderful information. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Okay, thanks, Lisa, and good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.